Hello everyone. Journey of million miles start with a single step only. You know, especially in India, we come across so many legendary people that too, without expecting anything, they are surrendered their life itself for the purpose of social causes. We know very well, Man of Millennium Award, 80 years old, Palam Kalyansundaram sir got the award. He has granted 30 crore rupees. He got 30 crore rupees award, but in spite of that, the same 30 crores has been transferred to poor students' education, food purpose. He has transferred, even not even a single paise he has not taken. So many legendary people are there. Their one and only motto is to do services to others. Similarly, we are not in the position to be there in that much big side, but at the same time, we have to start a single step towards do something for the purpose of our society. I am happy to announce one interesting personality for you. We used to go for movie or mall, but my students also went to movie. After seeing the water wastage, you know how much the scarcity of the water nowadays. Why don't you utilize different type of tap while hand wash purpose, spray type, so that considerable water we can be in the position to save. Instead of normal tap, water tap, if you are going to use spray type, 70% of the water has been saved, that has been proved. Not only that, since we are there in the chartered accountant stream, while preparing financial statement, why don't you introduce the concept called how much water pollution or water utilization, gas or air pollution happen, that we are going to introduce in the financial statement itself. Previous year, how much the consumption of water for the X company, current year how much. Previous year, how much the air pollution because of my factory, and current year how much. If I am going to present in that manner, goodwill of the company going to get increase, investor may going to attract, and it's one of the social cost benefit for the company itself. This type of idea, small ideas, he has started doing, but small things make a perfection, but perfection is not a small thing, you know. Because of small ideas, he got National Youth Icon Award for the year 2019 by International Youth Committee. So, National Youth Icon Awardee, my proud student Gopala Krishnan is here with you. He would like to share few info with respect to how he got the award, what is the procedure for getting the same, what sort of social cause he did for the society, all those things. Really proud of you, Gopala Krishnan.
Thank you, sir.
Kindly introduce yourself.
So, warm greetings to everybody. My name is Gopala Krishna Mahesh, and I'm basically born and brought up from Coimbatore. I'm doing my CA. I've given my CA final examination in the last attempt. So, as sir rightly said, we are all just a small drop in this mighty ocean. But as we all know, these small drops actually make up the big ocean. So that is what we are all traveling towards. We are all a part of this ocean where we have to develop something or we have to give something back to the society, because we are brought up from this society and it is our duty to give back to this society. So that is where my thought struck and it gave a bell. That is where this concept of social accountability came in. I have presented a lot of papers on this topic on social accountability at various ICA conferences also. And I gave the same thing to the International Youth Committee. So it is basically a youth forum where not people who are not exceeding the age of 25 are a part of the forum between the age of 18 to 25. And they all strive towards achieving a better future for the upcoming generations.
Good. You have presented various papers in the ICA Students Conference.
Yes.
And this type of paper also, in this topic also you have presented the paper. Can you please tell me, suppose upcoming generation also want to join the stream.
Yes.
Before that you can tell, what are the basis in which you got the award? What you did for the purpose of getting this award?
Definitely, sir. So basically what this committee is all about is they want youth who develop and provide something to the society for a sustainable growth in the future. So that is their main motto. So United Nations is actually given 17 SDG goals. It's called SDG, Sustainable Development Goals. So what United Nations wants is, they want all the country, the youth of the any country, to promote these goals and bring something or do some activity which is actually going to benefit the society. That is their whole purpose and motto of this 17 SDG goals. So this committee has taken up these goals and are promoting these goals to various youth, and they want the youth to be a part of this, and they are actually looking out for people all over India where youth actually promote for this kind of activities. So what they want is, they want professional youths, like we are all a part of CA community. It is not restricted only to CA communities, it is also for finance field, medical field, engineering field, any professional. All they want is youth who promote society for their sustainable development. So what here is, they require you to submit your first profile. They ask you for a profile and they do a background check of your profile, your past achievements, your educational qualifications, and what is that you've actually contributed for the society. And the second part is where they ask you for an idea based on the 17 SDG goals. So a few of the SDG goals are poverty eradication. The next one, as I said, could be corporate responsibility, social accountability. And they ask you to give an idea on how you can better the society. So this is the two-step process which they follow, sir. So anybody interested can actually mail to them or apply to them. This function actually happens every year. Not just this, they have various events happening throughout the year, and it is actually being promoted for the cause of United Nations.
Very good, very good. Even though I'm having 15 years of experience in chartered accountants field, I came to know, even for the accounting profession, chartered accounting profession, we can be in the position to get the Padma Shri award purely based on our T.N. Manoharan sir. All along we didn't aware of that. Same manner, even for our community can be in the position to get Youth Icon Award, National Youth Icon Award for the year 2020-19, you got it. That too is an International Youth Committee has selected you.
Yes, sir.
Then internationally, not only for the India, all over other part of the countries also. So how many people came from what all the countries student has participated in that?
Yes, sir. So this committee is actually, International Youth Committee has its presence in various countries, but in India it's headquartered in Delhi. And for this award function, they had selected a total of 70 awardees, out of which 50 were from our own country, India, and 20 were from SAARC nations. SAARC nations comprise of Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bhutan, and all those are neighboring countries as such. So it was a total of 70 recipients of the award, sir, and 50 were from our own country. But it is not just concentrated on one state or North India, it is from the entire India, sir. So they selected based on their applications received. They received about 10,000 applications as such, out of which they shortlisted 50 from India and 20 from SAARC nations.
Okay. What is the process for getting this award? In what way you?
So my goal was, the first one that I proposed based on my background check was, I contributed something for the, as sir rightly said in the introduction, I contributed something for the water management in the theatres and the restrooms mainly in the theatres, because that was the time when actually there was this Chennai water crisis. So what I thought was, instead of having only development issues in Chennai, let's focus on Coimbatore also. So I just got up the customer care team of the theatres and I suggested them to implement these water foamers or spray systems. So that actually reduces the consumption about 50%. 50%. Almost 50%. And that is the necessity that we require. Only that much of amount water we require at that usage time. So they found this initiative to be it's like a win-win situation for them as well as the society. So they thought they should implement this, and having a bad experience in Chennai, they wanted to have a corrective action in all their premises. So they thought this is a good idea, and they funded their own initiative based on this idea, and they changed all their tap mechanism to spray-based system. Now actually they have only spray-based system and is actually having a very good water saving capacity.
So based on your feedback, have they implemented?
Yes, so they have implemented at.
How do you know?
So I went and checked it. It has happened in Coimbatore Satyam Cinemas Theatre.
You got any recognition or?
They have sent me a mail saying thank you for the idea and we have taken the initiative and you can also verify it.
Very
And they are actually very happy. So they also require people to give feedback so that they can also improve based on the customer's feedback. That is what any organization is aiming for. And secondly, when the International Youth Committee asked me for an idea, that is when I suggested this concept of social accountability. So this social accountability, I have also presented a paper with the International Conference of ICAI. So the same thing, I have given them the idea here. So what social accountability is all about is, we have a lot of industries, manufacturing sector in our country. So over a period of time, we have utilized a lot of natural resources from the Mother Earth. The Mother Earth is giving us, and we are utilizing it without any payment of any cost to it. So what will happen if we start accounting for those resources? That is the entire concept of social accountability. So for example, we take textile dyeing industry. We say we manufacture a pair of jeans. Actually, we consume about 2,000 liters of water, sir. But nowhere this consumption is being recorded anywhere. So we think water is available free of cost, so we just start using it. But nowhere it's being recorded. At the end of a decade, we have no water, and we don't know the reason for all of this. But the reason is we have stopped accounting for it, and we have not made an attempt to account for it. So that is where I gave them this idea of social accountability, where any industry in its annual report or financial statements, they bring about a column for water consumption or say release of toxic chemicals in the air, and where they actually measure it and record it in the financial statements. So we know our financial statements are comparative statements. So we will have previous year figures also and upcoming year figures also. So when an investor sees the financial report, he will have 3-4 companies in front of him, and he can actually see what is the amount of consumption of water the company has used in the previous year, and what is going to be the amount of water which he will use in the upcoming year and in the current year. So he can evaluate, and also he can evaluate among the companies in the same industry level. So naturally, in future, an investor will prefer a company which is sustainably more viable in the future, sir. Because as of now, we are looking only at profits, but for sustainable development, we have to look into social accountability for the growth of the company. So that is the idea that I've submitted to them, which they liked it, and they have selected me for this award. So.
Very good. You have spoke something about a similar type of topic in our classroom also,
yes,
while attending the class. He is belonging to old scheme. Believe it or not, Gopala Krishnan, even though he is my student, I learned from his points whatever he shared in this class. In new scheme, in costing paper, strategic cost management, environmental management account talking about the same thing only. For that, I can be the person to correlate how we have to do the justice for the environment. And if you are going to see, his starting point is started presenting the paper, whatever thought process has come, he has started presenting the paper in ICA conference, and slowly he has been evaluated. You know very well, now the ICA conference is going to happen in Chennai as well as Coimbatore also. Who knows? You can be the person to see so many Gopala Krishnans, you can be the person to identify in the conference. So, after presented the paper, while went to one particular mall, why don't you thought process same come? Why the water we can be the person to save? Then the time in which he has given the feedback to that particular place, he may not expect they are going to implement the same. Intention also what? I have to send whatever suggestion, whatever the thought process they got. And luckily they have accepted the suggestion. Thereafter, he not even expected from that he will get the feedback mail also, thanks mail also. That supporting document helped him for the purpose of going to the next level. This type of small thing cumulatively, now the Gopala Krishnan become your awardee for getting the National Youth Award, Youth Icon Award. Now, many other countries also people came. Yes. Like you, any interesting issue in that conference you come across from other country, how they got the award, what type of service they rendered?
So I met a lot of people from all neighboring countries who are actually, they contributed a lot for the society than what we are actually doing, sir. One of the experience that I was touched was a person from Sri Lanka He actually is about 24 years old, and he wanted to help the people during a time of bomb blast. So we all know that recently Sri Lanka faced a bomb blast in the church that happened about a couple of months ago. And when that happened, he actually came out of his house, he went to the spot and he started helping people without the fear for his own life, sir. So we have a lot of people who are much more greater than us, sir. So that this is something that we have to learn from all of them also. And one more thing, as sir rightly said, never miss an opportunity. Wherever stage you get, you express whatever you feel. It will eventually help you in a certain big thing which is going to happen tomorrow. Even I have seen, we have during our classes, sir, you ask everybody to come front and speak. So that could also be the starting spark where you are going to achieve something big in the future.
Good. Last question, Kana.
Yes, sir.
Suppose the upcoming generation, other students, your juniors, they are also wanted to do something to the society.
Yes.
And they want get some recognition also, or they want to come as a streamline or footprint of what we are going, the same pipeline he want to continue. What else they has to do?
So basically, never expect something in return when you do something. You keep doing what your ideology says. If you have a good initiative, you start it on your own and make sure you are consistent in whatever you do. And eventually, over a period of time, people will start gathering towards us when it's a good cause. So this is where the social media actually comes into place. I learned about International Youth Committee from social media. So we all use social media for a lot of things, but there is another side of social media which is actually doing a lot of good causes for the life also. So when they start doing something, I would suggest you to actually promote it on social media. People will see your post and they will start supporting you, or they will start their own good initiative which you can actually combine, and that will reach greater heights in maybe in a couple of months or even a couple of years. So for anything, the starting point is their ideas, and when it grows over a constant period of time, they will definitely get recognition. It could also reach international heights over a period of time.
Wonderful. You are also waiting for the CA examination result.
Yes, sir.
My best wishes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your valuable time.
Thank you so much.
I'm proud of you.